Welcome to online classes. In first year, we studied the chapter trigonometry, right? So in trigonometry, what we have studied, the 6 trigonometric functions, their domain, graph, range, etc. And also we studied some formulas, right? So please recall that formulas and write it in a paper and keep it with you. And in the last chapter, that is in relations and functions, you studied about inverse function, right? So what is the definition? Just recall it. Let f is a function from x to y, and if f is both 1 1 and on to, then inverse of f exists, and that is a function g from y to x. So this function is called as inverse of f, and f inverse equal to g. So this is you studied in relations and function chapter. So let us now move on to the next chapter in second PU, that is inverse trigonometric functions. So before going to inverse trigonometric functions, first I will tell what is the domain, range and graph of sine function. So recall it. What is the domain and range of sine function? See, sine is a function whose domain is R and range is closed interval -1 to 1, correct? Now we will draw the graph of sine function. See, along x-axis we have to take r values, but already in first year we studied that the radian and real numbers are one and the same. So along x-axis I will take the radian measures, that is pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, so on, and negative side it is minus pi by 2, minus pi, minus 3 by pi 2, so on. And along y-axis, here minus 1 and here plus 1. So I will draw one line. Now what is the value sine 0? Sine 0 value is 0, right? What is the value sine pi by 2? It is 1. Next, what is the value sine pi? It is 0. What is the value sine 3 pi by 2? It is minus 1. What is the value sine 2 pi? 0, correct? See, now join these points. So this is the graph of sine function from 0 to 2 pi, correct? Since the sine function is periodic, that is, we have one property, right? Sine of 2n pi plus x equal to sine x. So what graph we get from 0 to 2 pi, the same graph repeats for 2 pi to 4 pi, or here minus 2 pi to 0. So we have to draw the same graph. And so on. So this is the graph of sine function, where the domain of sine function is R and range closed interval -1 to 1. See, as it is, check this. Here we have sine 0 value is 0, also sine pi is also 0, correct? Both the values are same. See, in relations and functions, we have studied what is one function, right? What is one function? If f is a function from x to y, and suppose x1 comma x2 belongs to x, and if f of x1 equal to f of x2 implies x1 equal to x2. So this is the definition of one function. Now, in order to find inverse of sine function must be both 1 and onto. Then only we can find inverse of sine function. Let us check. As it is, suppose if this is x and this is y, can I define inverse of sine function like this? That is y to x, that is -1 to 1 to r. Is it possible? That is inverse of sine function. See here, sine 0, what is the value sine 0? 0, correct? Again, what is the value sine pi? Again 0. See here, sine 0 is equal to sine pi, right? Both are equal to 0. But is 0 equal to pi? No, right? Then the 1 condition is not satisfied here, right? See, f of x1 equal to f of x2, but x1 not equal to x2. So here, as it is, the function g is, as it is, the function f is not 1. Here f is sine function. So if f is not 1, then inverse of the sine function cannot be defined, correct? But if I divide the whole R into intervals like this, minus pi by 2, pi by 2, minus pi by 2, pi by 2. Next interval pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. And so on here. Again this side, it is minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. Minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by. Again here also so many intervals. So if I divide whole R into these intervals and restrict the domain of sine function into one of these intervals, I can get as sine as one function. See, so we have to do is, we have to divide interval to minus pi by 2, or pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, or minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. See, in this interval, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, just see the graph of sine function. See, here in the value, when minus pi by 2 is angle, then the value will be -1. Again, when 0, then sine 0 will be 0, or sine pi by 2 1. There is no repetition in the values, right? So 1 definition will be satisfied here. So inverse of the sine function exists when if we divide the whole domain of sine function into these such intervals, right? Now, so these could be any range. Then inverse of sine function exists, that is sine inverse. So this is the notation for inverse of sine function. So if sine is a function from, that is f is a function from x to y, then inverse of f is a function from y to x, right? But here, I will write here, if a sine function, if we restrict the domain into one of these values, so I will restrict this to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, and range is same, that is -1 to 1. So if I restrict the domain of sine function to one of these one interval, then inverse function of sine, that is sine inverse, exists and whose domain is y to x, that is closed interval -1 to 1 to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So in this case, if closed interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 is the domain and closed interval -1 to 1 is the range, then the sine function is both 1 1 and onto. So inverse of the sine function exists, and what is the notation for inverse of sine? That is sine inverse is a function from closed interval -1 to 1 to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So hence the inverse of sine function exists. So inverse of sine, that is sine inverse, can also be written as arc sine function. So arc sine means it is same as sine inverse. So what is domain of sine inverse? It is closed interval -1 to 1 to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. See, in order to existence of inverse sine function, range could be any of these interval, but the branch with the range, closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, this particular range is called as principal value branch. So this particular range is called as principal value branch. So it is important, that is sine inverse is a function whose domain is closed interval -1 to 1 to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So it is important for 1 mark. Question may be asked like this: what is the domain of sine inverse, or what is the range of sine inverse, or what is the principal value branch of sine inverse? So these type of questions will be asked for 1 mark. So is it clear? Now we will do the graph of sine inverse function. We will do the graph of sine inverse function. Now what is the domain? Domain is closed interval -1 to 1 to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is the domain and range. Now we have to do the graph. So here 0. See here, now along x-axis we have to take this one, and along y-axis we have to take this one, right? So here I will write here 1, here -1, and here it is pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, and here it is minus pi by 2, minus pi, minus 3 pi by 2. Now see, we know that just tilt this graph, that is when sine 0 we have 1, right? Sorry, sine 0 value is 0. Again graph must be lies within this. Now when x is pi by 2, sin pi by 2 will be 1. So somewhere here. Next when sin pi 0, again 3 pi by 2 minus 1, and so on, right? So now we have to join this like this. Again when it becomes 2 pi 0, so graph continue like this. Similarly this one, that is minus pi by 2 minus 1 minus pi 0 minus 3 pi by 2 1 and so on. So this is the graph of sine inverse function whose domain along if we see along x-axis, the graph lies between only minus 1 to 1, including minus 1 and plus 1. So the domain of the graph is closed interval minus 1 to 1. Again along y-axis, throughout the graph is there, but in order to get the sine inverse function, we have to restrict the range to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, that is here. So this is the graph of sine inverse function. See both the graphs carefully. So this is the graph of sine function. What is the domain? R, and range closed interval minus 1 to 1. So as such, we have to, if we take domain as R, then sine function is not 1 1. In order to get inverse of sine function, we have to divide the R into different intervals, like closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, or pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, or minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. So if we restrict the domain of sine function to this interval, then the sine function is both 1 1 and on 2, hence inverse of the sine function exists. So this particular value, that is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, is called as principal value branch. So we have to define now the inverse of sine, that is sine inverse, whose domain is closed interval minus 1 to 1 to closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and this is the graph of sine inverse function. So if we draw both the graph in a single graph, that is both sine and sine inverse function in a same graph, if I take the line y equal to x, then these two graphs are mirror images of each other. You can check that. If I draw both the sine and sine inverse graph in a same graph, and if I take the line y equal to x, then with respect to the line y equal to x, both the sine and sine inverse functions are, looks like they are mirror images of each other. You can check that. See, and one more note, sine inverse x and sine x whole inverse, these two are not equal. So be careful while writing. Sine inverse x is not equal to sine x whole inverse. So this is just verify, as because sine x whole inverse is, it is 1 by sine x. So sine inverse x and sine x whole inverse, they are not same. And now see, in the relations and function chapter, we did some composition, right? F composition g of y equal to y, similarly g composition f of x equal to x, that is if f is a function from x to y, then there exists another function g from y to x, such that if these two conditions will be satisfied, then g is called as inverse of f, right? So you studied this in relations and function chapter. From that, if I take sine of sine inverse x equal to x, but x must be belongs to the domain of sine inverse. So sine of sine inverse x equal to x when x belongs to the domain of sine inverse. So what is the domain of sine inverse? It is closed interval minus 1 to 1. Similarly, sine inverse of sine x equal to x, sine inverse of sine x equal to x, then x belongs to the domain of sine, but as it is, if we take domain of sine, it is R, but we already restricted that value, that is x must be belongs to which value? Closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So these are two important things. So you can write sine of sine inverse x equal to x only if x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to 1. Similarly, sine inverse of sine x equal to x only if x belongs to closed interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So this is regarding inverse of sine function. Similarly, we have to do inverse of the remaining 5 trigonometric functions. So which is the second one? It is cosine function, right? So cosine function, what is the domain? It is R. What about range? It is closed interval minus 1 to 1. So I will do the graph. This graph you already studied in first year trigonometry chapter. Just to recall this. Again, along x-axis you have to take the radian values. Here it is minus pi by 2, minus pi, minus 3 pi by 2, so on. Here 1, here minus 1. So I will take draw one dotted line, so that graph should not exceed this line. Now what is the value? What is the value cos 0? It is 1. What is the value cos pi by 2? It is 0. What is the value cos pi? It is minus 1. What is the value cos 3 pi by 2? 0. What is the value cos 2 pi? 1. So join the points. So this is the graph of cos in 0 to 2 pi. Same graph repeats. That is, if x is minus pi by 2, then value is 0, minus pi, minus 1, minus 3 pi by 2, 0, and 2 pi 1. So this is the graph of cos function where domain is R and range is closed interval minus 1 to 1. Similar to the first, that is sine function. Check here. See here, minus pi by 2, cos minus pi by 2 value is also 0. Again cos pi by 2 value is also 0, but minus pi by 2 not equal to pi by 2, right? See here, cos minus pi by 2, which is also equal to cos pi by 2, both are 0, but minus pi by 2 is not equal to pi by 2, then 1 function will be disqualified. So inverse of cos function we cannot be defined, right? So we have to divide the domain R into so many intervals. So I will divide like this, that is 0 to pi, 0 to pi, next pi to 2 pi, next here minus pi to 0. So if I divide the interval like this, that is 0 to pi or pi to 2 pi or minus pi to 0, etc. See the graph. See, in the interval 0 to pi, cos 0 value is 1. When it becomes pi by 2, it is 0. Then when it is pi, value is minus 1. There is no repetition of values, right? So here 1 condition will be satisfied. Hence, you can find the inverse of cos function. Now, what we have to do? You have to divide whole interval R into intervals like minus pi to 0, 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, etc. Right? So if I divide R into these intervals and take one of the interval as domain, then the inverse of cos function will be defined. And among these intervals, this interval, that is closed interval 0 to pi, is called as principal value branch. So now what is the domain of cos function then? This one, that is closed interval 0 to pi to, what about range? It is same, that is -1 to 1. Then we can find the inverse of cos, that is denoted by cos inverse. Then it is a function from closed interval -1 to 1 to 0 to pi. So this is important. One more question, that is what is the domain of cos inverse function, that is closed interval -1 to 1. What about range? Closed interval 0 to pi. Or you can, question can be asked like this, what is the principal value branch? That is closed interval 0 to pi. Is it clear? Now we have to draw the graph of cos inverse function. So cos inverse is a function from -1 to 1 to 0 to pi. See, along x-axis you have to take 1 and -1. I will draw one line so that graph should not exceed these lines. Next, along y-axis you have to take the radian measures, that is pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Here it is -pi by 2, -pi, -3 pi by 2, and so on. Again, for the graph you can tilt your notebook. So what is the value? Cos 0, 1, cos pi by 2, 0, cos pi -1, 3 pi by 2, 0, 2 pi 1. So just draw the graph. So the graph like this. Again same graph will be repeats. So 0, cos -pi -1, 3 pi by 2, 0, and like this. So this is the graph of cos inverse function. Is it clear? Right. Now again cos inverse is not equal to cos x whole inverse, and same as earlier property. What is that property in sine? That is cos of cos inverse x equal to x when x belongs to the domain of cos inverse. What is the domain? It is closed interval -1 to 1. Similarly, what is cos inverse of cos x? Equal to x if x belongs to this one, that is 0 to pi. So these are the two properties. So this is the graph of cos function, and here this is the graph of cos inverse function. And also for the first one also, if I take y equal to sin x, then it is same as sin inverse y will be x. So you can write like this. If y is sin x given, then you can write like this also, that is sin inverse of y equal to x. Similarly, if y equal to cos x is given, then you can write like this, how, that is cos inverse y equal to x. So these are the inverse trigonometric functions, that is for first one, that is sine and cosine functions. Let us do the more, that is what are the remaining, tan, cot, sec and cosec in the next class. So before coming to the next class, just you can recall the 4 graphs of this one, that is tan, cot, sec and cosec. Thank you.